Let me see if I can get this video better. Okay, so what are the three main reasons that I will never vote for another Democrat in my life? And I mean never. I don't care if the only people left on the ballot are Democrats. I'll just skip that part of the ballot and not support either of them. The three main reasons I'll never vote for another Democrat in my life are in this order: atheism, abortion, and LGBTQ nonsense. Around 2/3 of the Democratic Party now identifies as either atheist or agnostic. But for those of you who have ever actually read the entire Bible, which admittedly is very few people, um, the Bible says in at least two places that I know of, one in the Psalms and one I believe in Hebrews, or either Romans or Hebrews, it tells you that unbelievers are without excuse, that God has made himself so blatantly plain that unbelievers are without excuse. In fact, the book of Psalms calls unbelievers fools. The fool has said in his heart, there is no God. All right. So atheists have no moral standards. They don't believe adultery is wrong. They don't believe murder is wrong, and most of them don't. Matter of fact, they want to forcibly reduce the world population to 1 billion or less in an attempt to stop global warming. Supposedly, they don't believe that lying is wrong. They lie about everything they believe. Their whole worldview is a lie. Abortion. Human beings and big cats are the only two animals that I know of that murder their own young. Even crocodiles don't murder their own young. And they eat just about anything else that moves. Let that sink in. Human beings and cats are the only two animals that I'm aware of that eat their own young or that kill their own young. Abortion. It is murder, regardless of what name change you put to it. It is murder. It meets the logical and rational definition of murder. It's because an evil Supreme Court with 7 Democrats on it redefined the word murder and redefined the word life to make a baby not be a life form is preposterous. You know what should have been done? They should have all been hung for treason. They should have been impeached. So now 3/4 of the female population in the United States thinks it's a right to murder your baby for any reason or no reason whatsoever. I'm not a Muslim, but I'm going to tell you what, the Muslim countries are actually better people than the United States. It's a shame. It's a shame to have to say that. But they don't believe in murdering their own babies. And then the last one is LGBTQ. There are only two genders, regardless of what you try to claim opposite to that. All right. There are only two genders. That's how God made human beings, male and female. There are not three genders and there are not infinite genders. I saw a stupid person trying to argue with Charlie Kirk saying that there were infinite number of genders in the human race. There aren't even infinite humans. So how could there be infinite genders? You know, this is the first argument I'm going to make against that. The second argument I'm going to make against that is that we could all pull our pants down and check and there's only two genders. What does one man possibly get out of butt? Let me just say it honestly. What do you get out of butt fucking another man or sucking his cock? What does that do for you? There is something deranged with you people, just flat out deranged. And I know I'm going to get deleted and potentially banned for saying this, but there is something flat out deranged about a person who butt fucks anybody, much less another man. I kid you not. We should ban the Democrat Party. We should just make it like a felony to join the Democrat Party. We'd need a three-quarters majority for the conservatives in the United States, which we're not going to get. But it should be a felony to be a Democrat.